Dako nga hangin alang sa ating mga magtutudlo ang
Hi to all teachers out there. As we move closer to the threshold of the new academic year and the new normal, many people start to doubt about teachers' involvement in the learning process. Are they detached from their roles in nurturing lifelong learners? Or are they disengaged from the algorithm of the ideal teaching and learning process? In this session, allow me to situate the teacher in the new modality of teaching and learning in this time of the pandemic and examine their intricate roles as they carry out their mandate to deliver quality basic education for all learners at all times. The most essential learning competencies were provided by DepEd as the primary reference for all schools in determining and implementing learning delivery approaches that are suited to the local context and diversity of learners while adapting to the challenges posed by COVID-19. Referring to the MELCs, teachers collaboratively create learning designs for different learning areas. Following the DepEd MIS or instructional delivery model for distance learning, these come in two forms: digital or electronic instructional materials in video format and self-learning modules in print format. Both should be complementary to enhance or emphasize the lessons to be learned in a specific time frame, or should be supplementary to complete the processes needed for the acquisition of specific competencies. The digital file covers the part when the teacher delivers instruction through presentation of the lesson, demonstration of skill, illustration of learning experiences, and elucidation of meaning, while the module promotes students' engagement and ensures students understand concepts and skill relevance. It is focused on exposing students to concepts and skills and practicing them in ways that allow for teachers' feedback. From the teacher, the digital or electronic instructional materials are channeled through different means. The most common and most accepted is through offline external interface using universal serial bus for TV and computers or USB on the go for tablets and smartphones to act as hosts. The same digital materials can be channeled through online platforms or through live TV or radio broadcasting or streaming on real time. The digital content will serve as teachers' input. The teacher's input and the self-learning modules are designed to create the ideal learning process of the learner, where they acquire concrete experience, where they reflect on the experience, learn from the experience, and try out what has been learned through active experimentation. All these will form part of the learner's products of learning. Products are learners' active engagement in their own learning process and making sense of the content. Learners are subjects of their own learning. To be engaged in the learning process, students must be given ownership for their learning. This ownership grows from personal and situational choices within the learning experience. The products of learning then allows the students to do assessment of learning, emphasizing their accountability over their own learning, and the teacher to do assessment for learning that is aimed at helping students know what to do to improve their work. Through the intricacies of this learning process is a teacher's creativity, ingenuity, diligence, responsibility, and accountability. The teacher is the design herself, and if the teacher is not seen in the forefront, it is because he or she is on the other end, holding the lever to move the whole system to work.
Gusto kong maging guro. Gusto ko maging sundalo. Gusto kong maging nurse. Gusto kong maging doktor. Gusto kong mag-aral.
In a world that is full of uncertainties, one thing is for sure. Children don't stop dreaming. DepEd Miss Orr is poised to be more as it wipes out uncertainties by giving more opportunities through education for all our learners. We are ready to bring excellence as we maximize and optimize our resources in education, and these resources are in our possession: talents, technology, and time. Our teachers, resilient as they are, adapt into the new normal. As repositories of time-tested strategies, they prepared self-learning modules covering the most important learning competencies to deliver relevant lessons in 203 days through physical, virtual, or online modalities. Technology can break barriers, but it can also create barriers. So we make sure that the technology that we use is available in our teaching and learning environment. One strategy on how we optimize the use of technology is through our project modem, or Misamis Oriental Digital Education Mainstreaming. Now, almost 100% of the districts has established the ICT network, which facilitated the delivery of training and other initiatives to now almost 100% of our teachers.
As teachers, we need to make ourselves relevant by adopting techniques that facilitate learning in the new normal.
All these are covered under Elevate. This is to ensure that methodologies used in teaching and learning are varied, learner-centered, and multimodal. DepEd Miss Orr will continue to scale up organizational accountability and responsibility to acquire fresh new perspectives on school leadership through Project SOAR 2.0. All these initiatives are being laid because DepEd Miss Orr believes that education is a non-negotiable basic human right, and since children's safety is paramount in this time of the pandemic, our modalities should work to their advantage.
This COVID-19 crisis is a test of our character. It teaches us resilience and creativity. It sparks our confidence to try and fuels our tenacity to succeed. It ignites within us the desire to excel and to be more.
Iniisip ko na at pinaghahandaan bukas na hindi na pala niya kailangang umalis ng bahay upang tumawid sa tulay, pumunta sa paaralan at makipagkaibigan. Hindi ko na rin siyang kailangan pang iwan sa kanyang guro at mga kalaro. At hindi na niya kailangang magpaalam sa akin para may baon siyang dadalhin. Anak, ngayong balik eskwela na ay kapiling na lagi kita. Sa ngayon, ito muna ang baon mo. Ang oras ko, ang ipon ko, ang hataw ko, ang pagmamahal ko. Dahil hindi lang pera o barya ang kaya kong ibigay sa iyong paglalakbay. Sa walang katiyakang panahon at walang hanggang pagkakataon, tuloy ang edukasyon, tuloy ang baon.
A pleasant afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the completion ceremony of the kindergarten learners of Casinglot Elementary School with the theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. The virtual program shall now commence. In lieu of the processional, we begin with the montage of images of the school maze, colors, and our completers for the school year 2020-2021, together with the faculty, staff, and the Department of Education officials.
Ladies and gentlemen, our kindergarten completers.
the department heads. Our school principal, Miss Evie M. Amatong, followed by our assistant to the principal, Miss Jessica C. Enterena. Our public schools district supervisor, Dr. Nilda M. Mejos. Our assistant schools division superintendent, Dr. Nympha R. Lago, SESO 6. Our schools division superintendent, Dr. Jonathan S. De La Peña, SESO 5. Our regional director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, SESO 3. Our guest speaker, Princess Carol B. Aka. Let us invoke the presence of the Lord through an opening prayer. This will be followed by the singing of the Philippine National Anthem, the regional hymn, and the Misamis Oriental March.
Let's bow our heads and place ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for gathering all of us today in this important event. Bless everyone present here today, that each one of us may be able to share what he or she have for your glory and honor. We pray for our graduates today and lift them before you. We ask for your peace to cover them. We ask for laughter and joy to fill their days. We pray that you would give them boldness and courage to face challenges set before them with the confidence of peace that can only come from your Spirit. Be a lamp for their feet and a light to their path. Shine over them. Fill them with your Spirit. May today be a memory that burns bright within them as they embark on life's great adventure. May the various activities related to this event be a success through your intervention. We ask all of this in your name. Amen.
Mga kababayan, ang pambansang awit ng Pilipinas.
Sa iyong Mindanao mabuhay, di mahal na mong natawan. Mauswagon, masidakon, malipayon, pagpano sa katawan. Magpapiling taning kasing-kasing, ang kabalaan, kamalipayon. Di sa kanunay, gugmaan magpaibabaw, ang kahusay o kanina. Mabuhay ang iyong Mindanao, yuta na ang natawan. Isa-isa pa man kalimar, kami na minahalan. Sa buhat ang katuyuan, simbolo sa kagawasan. Magpabiling na magkahinusa, kadahugan sa tanan. Mabuhay ang iyong Mindanao, kaliwat kami nagminahalay sa buhat o katuyuan, simbolo sa kagawasan, pagpabiling na magkariusa, kadaogan sa tanan, pagpabiling na magkariusa, kadaogan sa tanan.
Sa amihan ang dapit ni Yutang Mindanao, may pagtulog ka lungsod, tulog ka dakbayan, siyudad sa Hingo, Cagayan, El Salvador, mao ang lalawigan. Misamis Oriental ang lalawigan, Misamis Oriental, ikaw ang mahal, ang yuta sa amo, mga ginikanan, kang bathala nga bulahan, kang bathala nga bulahan. Sa imong sabakan, natawo ang katawhan, tungganan mga mantugan, ug daghang tugihan. Sa imong kabukiran, patag ug lapyahan, kini among ampingan. Misamis Oriental ang lalawigan, Misamis Oriental, ikaw ang mahal, ang yuta sa amo, mga ginikanan, kang bathala nga bulahan, kang bathala nga bulahan.
The school principal, Miss Evie M. Amatong, will now formally open the kindergarten completion ceremony of Casinglot Elementary School.
To our school's division superintendent, Dr. Jonathan S. de la Peña, CISO 5, and the assistant schools division superintendent, Dr. Nemfa R. Lago, the GPTA president and officers, the guest speaker, the different department heads, the faculty and staff, and to the completers, parents, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. The completion ceremony of the kindergarten learners in Casinglot Elementary School is hereby declared in session. In behalf of the administration, faculty and staff, and learners, I welcome each and every one of you to this completion ceremony of school year 2020-2021. We also extend to the kindergarten completers and their families our warmest felicitations on this special occasion. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Miss Evie M. Amatong. At this point, we shall now hear the message of our Public Schools District Supervisor, Dr. Nilda M. Mejos, our Schools Division Superintendent, Dr. Jonathan S. de la Peña, CESO 5, our Regional Director, Dr. Arturo B. Bayocot, CESO 3, and to our Department of Education Secretary, Madam Leonor M. Briones.
My warmest and wholehearted greetings and congratulations to all the completers and graduates of the Tagoloan District for school year 2020-2021. Truly, you are part of the extraordinary global phenomenon of COVID-19 pandemic. Graduation, completion, and moving up ceremonies are definitely a delightful celebration because it is a culmination of your adversities, especially today for embracing the new landscape of education. It is also a remarkable success of the parents and guardians during this pandemic who contributed the countless part of your education at home learning facilitators. Their meaningful involvement and support are very essential, collaboratively working together to ensure that learning takes place despite the health crisis faced by everyone. I am truly astonished of your persistence and flexibility of the sudden change of the learning situation you have encountered due to global health problem. This year's theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya, stressing the quality of education amid the COVID-19 pandemic, shows the resilience of the Filipinos to maintain and support the quality of education, fronting the danger of the killer virus. The world was shaken, caused by the widespread of coronavirus, but it did not hinder to continue the education. Even though the government all over the world prohibited the face-to-face class and interaction, the education pursued through distance learning using blended approaches. The Department of Education, with the cooperation and coordination of the different stakeholders, strives so hard to provide and sustain quality education through distance learning using self-learning printed and digital modules, radio and television-based instructions, and online classes. I am also grateful to the teachers who immediately and painstakingly adopt, with the guidance of the school heads, the different approaches of distance learning and successfully completed the learning delivery. Rest assured that the Basic Education Learning Continuity Plan, BELCP, would serve all the learners and deliver the quality education right at your doorstep. My prayers, with the intercession of our Almighty Father, that all of us would persist victoriously in this pandemic, and we will be back again to our normal lives. We must be productive and useful individual, as well as to help our country recuperate from this devastation. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Quoted from the book of Psalms, chapter 46, verse 1. Congratulations to all parents, teachers, and school administrators. Thank you to all stakeholders and team players for your constant support to our learners that give an inspiration. So long, DepEd Tagoloan. Be more, Miss R. Mabuhay graduates and completers of Class 2021. To God be the glory.
If you don't go after what you want, you will never have it. If you don't ask, the answer is always no. If you don't step forward, you are always in the same place. Your graduation today is a milestone that marks how far you have traveled and what significant change have you made in your life. It is an important milestone as it signifies the acquisition of necessary competence, character, and credentials which allow you to confidently move to the next phase of your educational journey. I take pride in your achievement which has become even more meaningful as the final stretch of your journey has been arduous. Each of you now exemplifies endurance and flexibility, which have long been considered as unique Filipino character. Both folkloric and historical, the Filipino is likened to a bamboo that bends with the wind and can survive a storm. More than resilience, we have strengthened our bayanihan spirit. I commend the school officials, teachers, and personnel for making everything possible, from writing and printing modules to ensuring that new modalities work for our learners. I also express my appreciation to the parents for playing unprecedented roles, especially when we transition to modular learning in the learners' learning spaces at home. Their participation to educating our children has been remarkable. I also express my gratitude to our government officials and stakeholders for providing us resources that we needed and for giving us hope and encouragement to continue doing our job. To our young graduates, you will be written in the history, for you emerged from unique circumstances. Step forward with pride and confidence. Pride for completing and hurdling a specific level of education, and confidence for the assurance that you have become 21st century learners who are competent, resilient, and independent. Warmest congratulations on your achievement.
Isang maalab at matagumpay na araw po sa ating lahat. Mula dito sa amin sa Kagawaran ng Edukasyon sa Amihan ng Mindanao. Graduation, completion, or moving up ceremonies are testimonies of excellent coordination, genuine hard work, and great love. When the COVID-19 pandemic struck the world, hitting the various sectors including education, the Department of Education, through the competent leadership of Secretary Leonor Magtolis Briones, firmly accepted the challenge to continue education, bravely wrestling with the challenges of the pandemic and unceasingly finding solutions to address any emerging problems. Amidst all these difficulties, emerged excellent coordination across all levels of governance and the different stakeholders, with the teachers at the forefront of delivering the basic education learning continuity plan. And here they are, our learners, who willingly submitted themselves to blended distance learning, painstakingly learning the ways of the new learning landscape, and successfully accomplishing all their academic requirements through genuine hard work. But these successes would not have been possible if not for the great love of the parents and guardians who have been selflessly offering their prayers, time, and resources. In other words, the successes of our learners, our teachers, our leaders, and the Department of Education at large, with the unwavering support of all our stakeholders, are products of our collective decision to succeed as one family. On behalf of the entire DepEd Region 10, allow me to thank and congratulate everyone for this great feat, which attests that DepEd indeed is on track. But just like what is said in our theme for this year's end of school year rites, strengthening quality education amid COVID-19 pandemic, we need to be on our toes. The COVID-19 pandemic is real, and so are other education emergencies. All together, let us rise from this pandemic, recalibrate our learning continuity plans, and continue to deliver quality education for our learners, the heart of DepEd 10. Muli, binabati ko ang lahat ng nagtapos sa taong ito. Hangad namin ang inyong patuloy na tagumpay, anumang landas ang inyong tatahakin. Pagpalain nawa kayo ng poong may kapal. Marami pong salamat.
Good day to each and everyone who is attending virtually present at this time of our graduation ceremonies for our beloved and very precious graduates for the school year which ends at this time. First of all, I'd like to greet the parents and family members without whose sacrifices, whose reminders, and whose participation in the learning process for our graduates have resulted in this culmination program. This year, your role has changed drastically, where we've always believed that the matter of educating our children rests nearly exclusively on our teachers and our staff. This time, you parents, you family members, you who are in the households of our learners have expanded your role and contributed to this wonderful day wherein finally, our learners are graduating in this culmination exercise. So congratulations, because this year has not been very easy, has not been a picnic for our teachers, for our family members, as well, especially the parents, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, and all who have contributed to the achievement of our learners at this time. So, maraming salamat at congratulations, parents and family members. Mas malaki ang role ninyo at this time compared to earlier graduation exercises. Secondly, I would also like to greet our teachers, without whose very careful review and careful supervision of the work of our pupils and our learners, this event would not be taking place at all. And so thank you, teachers. Your role has also expanded, in addition to seeing to it that the modules are faithfully followed, the assignments are correctly implemented, and the learners are truly learning. And you have had to deal with new ways of assessing the performance also of the learners. So congratulations, teachers, for enduring, for your patience, for your love for our learners, and your willingness to engage in a way and methods of teaching which are different from those which are used to. Assessment must have been especially difficult for you, especially since you were not able to see most of the time our students in face-to-face meetings, and most of the meetings, of course, were virtual. We'd also like to thank the local government units for their interest, for their cooperation, and for their continuing contributions to the needs of education, even as our children do not go to school. Your donations of material as well as financial resources at this time are most welcome, and your advice has been taken seriously not only by our teachers, by our school officials, but also by our officials in the Department of Education. We continually talk with local government units, especially in times of disaster, in times of great need for classrooms, for space, and for responses to unforeseen emergencies. Thank you, local government units. But of course, most of the congratulatory greetings fall on the deserving graduate. Each and every one of you is truly special. You are different from the other graduates who have passed through the portals of your school. You went to school practically without seeing your teachers, if at all. You went to school with your parents, your mothers, and your fathers hovering over your shoulders and seeing to it that you are able to complete your assignments. You are completing your studies at a time when examinations and assessments are different. You are culminating these long months of hard work at this time, even as you have to do family chores, even as you are distracted, and even as your world has turned upside down, and it seems and it appears as if we don't know what the future holds and what will happen next. But you have persevered, and now you are ready to graduate. And therefore, you deserve each and every bit of congratulations from us in the Department of Education, from your parents and family members, your teachers, from the officials in local government, as well as in the parent teachers associations. You deserve each and every single congratulatory pat on your back, each hug virtually, of course, and each greeting, which I am sure you are also receiving virtually. I don't know if you will remember this event many years from now. I have tried to recall myself who our graduation speaker was when I finished high school and when I finished my college studies. All I remember is that the graduation speaker was someone important, someone who was invited because that someone is supposed to give a message. What was more important to us graduates at that time was the excitement of the celebrations, the happiness and the joy of our parents, the sadness of parting from our classmates and from our teachers, and the enjoyment of all the graduation events that usually take place come commencement day. When I was a college student, we had a series of events which were designed to embed in our minds, which were designed to help us remember and not forget our days in college. We would spend one whole day going around the campus, visiting the classrooms, saying goodbye to our teachers, and sharing memories. We would have bonfires to say goodbye to each other. We had baccalaureate services where we committed ourselves to God and we prayed for guidance when we go out into the world. So many celebrations, and the speaker, of course, is the least important and easily forgotten component of the graduation exercise. Nonetheless, I will exert all efforts to share with you what I see are things or issues which a graduate should remember, and recall. I have said that you are very special. You are very different. You are pioneering. There has been no other class like your class. There has been no other graduate like you as a graduating student, because you are the very first graduate of the blended learning response to education in the Philippines. And so you ask yourself, what awaits you in the world outside? You can either work, because the kind of curriculum you survived and underwent as a student will enable you to go to work if you wish to go to work. Some of you will proceed to further studies, and this would be a wonderful thing, because there are many opportunities for further expanding your knowledge, for further answering and looking for explanations of issues, events that make you curious, especially in science, in technology, and also in the arts. So you can work, you can go to further studies, and perhaps some of you will settle down, hopefully not too soon, so you can pursue what you really want to do. So today, this is why we call this exercise a commencement exercise. It's not the end of our studies. It's not the end of all our efforts with blended learning, with modules, with floods, with earthquakes, and of course with COVID. It's a commencement of doors opening to you. More doors will be opened because you are a graduate. You can work, you can proceed for further studies, you can help your parents, and you can perhaps look for opportunities to do what you have always wanted to do, whether at work, whether at advanced studies, whether at learning more in science and technology, in mathematics, and in the arts. All of these opportunities are available to you. More doors are being opened. I hope you will select the door which arouses your curiosity, the door which will help you know more about this world, and the door which will allow you to contribute to the development of our country and contribute whatever we can to solve our problems and our challenges. Congratulations once more to each and every one of you. Congratulations to you, parents and family members. Congratulations to you, teachers. When I was chair of the board of Silliman University, each time we had graduation ceremonies, during the baccalaureate and during commencement itself, I would cry. I would cry because you are sending out into the world a new batch of graduates, and we want to be sure that what is awaiting them is appropriate. We want to be sure that they are ready for what awaits them when they select which door to open. And so we tell you, go out to the world, do whatever you want to do. God be with you, and be assured that all of us love each and every one of you. Congratulations.
The school principal, Miss Evie M. Amatong, will now present the kindergarten completers.
Dr. Jonathan S. de la Peña, CISO 5, Schools Division Superintendent of the Division of Misamis Oriental, I have the honor to present to you the kindergarten completers of Casinglot Elementary School for school year 2020-2021. Of whom 85 are males, 68 are females, a total of 153 kindergarten learners who have satisfactorily completed the requirements of the K-12 basic education curriculum, kindergarten level of the Department of Education. May I therefore request you to confirm their completion.
Dr. Jonathan S. de la Peña, CESO 5, Schools Division Superintendent of the Division of Misamis Oriental, represented by Dr. Nilda M. Mejos, Public Schools District Supervisor.
By the authority vested in me as the Public Schools District Supervisor of the Department of Education, Division of Misamis Oriental, District of Tagoloan, and upon the certification of your school principal that you have satisfactorily completed the basic requirements prescribed by the Department of Education under the K-12 basic education curriculum. I now confirm you completers of Casinglot Elementary School for this school year 2020-2021.
The distribution of certificates of completion shall now follow. Ladies and gentlemen, the kindergarten completers of Casinglot Elementary School. Kindergarten Charm under the advisory of Miss Ruth S. Pendejo. John Christian J. M. Balida. Jacob M. Bangkong. Cyrus Nathan S. Canlong. Rohan N. Del Rosario. Nico Rubin R. Emano. Zion James A. Herao. Kent Dariel R. Hablos. Johan Carl Melgar. Renz Jacob D. Moniza. John Kisser E. Niala. Rin D. Sanchez. Benjo E. Solayaw. Ken John T. Solieza. Moises T. Vega. Kaiden Clyde G. Villaruz. Maria Janil A. Aragos. Princess Emily L. Avila. Summer Finn P. Ayudar. Queen Rosella I. Bukoy. Cookie E. Kabaktulan. Azalea Venice A. Caliedo. Kaisha Jel B. Cardona. Kate Lorraine E. Ayubas, Anna May L. Bacon, Carly Jane C. Barsagas, Jamaica Del Excelesi, Shalomay L. Galiposo, Samantha Faye A. Linsagan, Cassandra Aziz Naranjo, Rosa Jane Salcedo, Kian O. Tadeo, Kristen Rose A. Tirol, Rufa May L. Tismo, Erica Torres, Shikaina P. Valcorza. Kindergarten Nice under the advisory of Miss Kimberly V. Bolaño. Sian Nixus J. Agcan, Carl Daniel P. Amboy, John Shin Bahamonde, Nathan S. Bailon, Perlan James M. Bentulan, Nathan Gabriel R. Bragat, Andrew S. Kabunok, James Kyle D. Kalumba, Matthew B. Cruz, Alexis John E. Cublan, Zeniel Gray G. Del Rosario, Icon Jake B. N. Tapa, Ren Zander G. X. Chaure, Sarnold Sean E. Haya, Sian Ray T. Macapas, Hansen S. Mara, Roy Jr. B. Mendoza, Stephen Jr. D. Montalba, Franz Luke C. Narisma, Gerald T. Saraos, Adam M. Sohetado, Aaron J. T. Tatwalia, Keith Lujan V. Velos, Lawrence D. Villamor, Regine May M. Buntag, Janica Thea S. Cadiz, Carissa Luis B. Dadula, Aanisa E. Datumanong, Princess Geraldine B. Enoch, Princess Juliana O. Gabia, Gail Grace E. Gardoze, Relin Ayesha B. P. Ratonel, Jason P. Ratonil, Jamaica P. Ripalda, Emmanuel A. Saguba, Clint Razel V. Tagupon, Priv Jeff Sander D. Torsende, Jenny S. Borato, Gwyneth S. Borato, Faith Jane A. Deroy, Jonea C. Estigoy, Ashlyn May S. Pomador, Alessa T. Flores, Jessa Kylie S. Garillos, Precious Zane C. Hernandez, Jamea Lane L. Humagin, Lord Princess C. Key, Sheba Edre A. Lagulay, Razel May A. Maratas, Shekinah E. Meliston, Grace V. Ninyal, Gemma Payanan, Aliana K. Tadeo, Aleka Rain Chanel U. Valles. This time, the assistant to the principal, Miss Jessica C. Enterena, shall now introduce our guest speaker.
Have a pleasant and wonderful day, everyone. My task is to introduce to you our cute and beautiful guest speaker in today's moving up ceremony. She graduated her kindergarten last 2012-2013, a consistent honor pupil from kindergarten to grade 6, a former SPG president batch 2018 to 2019, a drum lyre and corps member, and a leader of waste management. Attended and actively participated on leadership training for GSP of the Philippines during her grade 7. Let us welcome Princess Carol B. Akak. Let's give her a big virtual applause.
To our Public Schools District Supervisor, Ma'am Nelda M. Lihos, to our school head, Ma'am Evie M. Amatong, to the assistant to the principal, Ma'am Jessica M. Interina, teachers of Casinglot Elementary School, kinder completers, viewers, good afternoon. It is my honor to give an inspirational message to the kinder completers school year 2020 to 2021. Modular class. Kinder years is such a wonderful journey. It is the first step of discovering new things in learning, new friendship, and new memories to cherish. In this time of pandemic, please don't lose hope in pursuing your dreams. Continue learning despite of our situation today. Have fun in answering your modules. Let us fight the virus using our pencil, crayons, and our eagerness to learn. Even we can only see our classmates and teacher on screen. Now that you finish your kindergarten years, please don't forget how hard you worked to get where you are today. In behalf of the kindergarten batch school year 2012-2013 in Casinglot Elementary School, I would like to congratulate you all for completing your school year 2020 to 2021. Modular learning despite of the pandemic that we are facing today.
Thank you very much, Miss Princess Carol B. Akak. We shall now virtually award the plaque of appreciation to our guest speaker with the citation. Department of Education Region 10, Division of Misamis Oriental, District of Tagoloan, Casinglot Elementary School presents the plaque of appreciation is awarded to Princess Carol B. Akak in grateful acknowledgement of her distinguished and valuable service as guest speaker during the 8th Moving Up ceremony of kindergarten in Casinglot Elementary School with the theme, Kalidad ng Edukasyon, lalong patatagin sa gitna ng pandemya. thereby contributing immeasurably to the prestige and success of the occasion. Given this 50th day of July 2021 at Casinglot Elementary School, Casinglot Tagoloan, Misamis Oriental. Signed, Miss Evie M. Amatong, Head Teacher 3. Thank you very much. Miss Lilia T. Igno, our General PTA President, will now formally close this ceremony.
A pleasant morning to everyone, especially to our beloved principal, Ma'am Evie Amato. Teachers, parents, good morning. With these unprecedented circumstances, one of the most obvious affected is education. School year 2020-2021 is a big challenge, not just our parents and students, but also for teachers and other education sectors. With your great efforts and brilliant minds, our children were able to surpass this school year through a unique way of sharing knowledge through modular and virtual classes. This goes to prove that there is much we can learn from each other to minimize the negative impact on education systems. So in behalf of all the parents like me, thank you teachers for your great passion in teaching. We owe you a lot. We are all grateful for your efforts. And to all our students who did a great job, keep soaring high and don't give up in reaching your dreams. We are stronger if we work together. Once again, congratulations and God bless.
That concludes the virtual completion ceremony of the kindergarten learners of Casinglot Elementary School. Thank you for joining us in celebrating this momentous occasion. This has been your MC,